Welcome back to more Midterm Basics with Ms. Sherman. Today we're going to cover information from Chapter 2 of the short course and do an intro to anatomy and physiology, how we talk about the body. We'll look at an overview of an organism, body systems, body cavities, the divisions of the spine, the planes of the body, directional and positional terms, and of course, some terminology combining forms. Let's start by looking at how the body is organized, from the smallest, simplest part to the whole complex organism. Cells are the basic unit of life. Cells working together form tissues. Muscle cells form muscle tissues. Different types of tissues working together form organs. The heart, for example, is formed by muscle tissue and nervous tissue and epithelial tissue. Different organs working together to perform a similar function form systems, the systems of the body, and all the systems together form the body. Let's take a look at those body systems. Body systems. The circulatory system, also called the cardiovascular system, is made up of the heart and blood vessels. It pumps blood carrying oxygen, nutrients, and waste products around the body. The lymphatic system. The lymph is a clear fluid that originates in the blood and contains white blood cells called lymphocytes. It's carried in lymphatic vessels and passes through lymph nodes. The digestive system includes the mouth, esophagus, stomach, and intestines. It brings food into the body, breaks it down so nutrients can be absorbed, and eliminates waste. The endocrine system is composed of glands such as the pituitary gland, pancreas, adrenals, gonads, and pineal gland. Hormones are chemical messengers used to signal other glands and organs. The reproductive systems includes the ovaries and uterus in females, testes, glands, and penis in males. The purpose is to produce gametes, eggs and sperm, bring them together to produce an embryo, and allow it to develop until birth. The skin and sense organs includes the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, tongue, and the skin, which contains receptors that receive information from the environment and transmit it to the brain. The musculoskeletal system includes muscles, bones, joints, and connective tissue that support, protect, and allow for body movement. The nervous system includes the brain and the nerves that carry signals from the brain to the body and from the body to the brain. The respiratory system includes the trachea, bronchial tubes, alveoli, and lungs. This system is responsible for breathing, a process that brings oxygen into the body and removes waste gases. Finally, the urinary system. It includes the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. It removes waste from the body by forming urine. Let's look at the body cavities and the organs they include. The cranial cavity, created by the skull, contains the brain. The thoracic cavity, created by the ribs, contains the heart and the lungs. The abdominal cavity contains the stomach, small and large intestines, spleen, pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. The pelvic cavity includes the urinary bladder, ureters, urethra, the rectum and anus, and the uterus in females. The spinal cavity contains the spinal column and the nerves of the spinal cord. Let's look at the divisions of the spine. The cervical region is made up of the 7 bones of the neck. The thoracic region, the 12 bones of the chest, each having a pair of ribs attached to it. The lumbar region is the 5 bones of the low back. The sacrum, or the sacral region, is the 5 fused bones at the back of the pelvis. And the coccygeal region is the 3 tiny little tailbones, the coccyx. Let's take a look at the planes of the body. These are important to understand, especially when we're talking about imaging, like X-rays. The frontal plane, which is also called the coronal plane, is a vertical plane, top to bottom, dividing the body or a part of the body or organ from front and back portions. The sagittal plane, also called the lateral plane, is also a vertical plane, top to bottom, dividing the body or body part into right and left portions. A mid-sagittal plane would be exactly in the middle. The transverse plane, also called the axial plane, is the only horizontal plane. It divides the body or a part of the body into top and bottom or upper and lower portions. Let's look at some positional and directional terms. Anterior is pertaining to the front or front side. Posterior is pertaining to the back or back side. Inferior is below or lower on the body. Superior is above or higher on the body. Lateral is pertaining to the side. Medial is pertaining to the middle. Distal is far or farther away from the trunk of the body. Proximal is near or closer to the trunk of the body. Deep is away from the surface, further inside the body. Superficial is on the surface. Supine is facing up, and prone facing down. And let's do a quick review of some of the combining forms. Abdomino is abdomen, antero, front or front side. Broncho, bronchial tubes. Cervico, neck. Chondro, cartilage. Coccygeo, coccyx or tailbone. Cranio, skull. Epithelio, skin or surface tissue. Esophago, the esophagus, the food tube from your throat to your stomach. Hepato, liver. Laparo, abdomen. Laryngo, larynx or voice box. Latero, side. Lumbo, loin or waist. Okay, let's finish that quick review of combining forms. Lympho for lymph, the clear fluid inside lymph vessels. Mediastino for the mediastinum, the space between the lungs. Pelvo for the pelvis, bones of the hip. Peritoneo for the peritoneum, the membrane surrounding the abdominal cavity and organs. Pharyngo for the pharynx, the throat. Pleuro for the pleura, the lining around the lungs. Postero for the back or behind. Sacro for the sacrum, the 5 fused bones of the low back. Spino for the spine, the backbone. Thoraco for chest. Tracheo for the trachea, the windpipe. And vertebro for the vertebra, the backbone. We did it! Let's review what we covered in this video. We introduced terminology related to anatomy and physiology so that we could talk about the organization of the body. We did an overview of an organism. We looked at the body systems, the body cavities, divisions of the spine, the planes of the body, directional and positional terms, and terminology with a quick review of some combining forms. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll watch more videos.